Hey guys, it's Kala. Namaste. So I'm actually in the woods and it's really pretty out here in a pine grove, and just really love pine trees because I've always felt very peaceful with pine trees. And then I heard something about that they specifically increase negative ions, like something to do with our breathing. Pine trees specifically do, and I was like, I knew there was something. So I'm just gonna turn the camera around so you can see. So yeah, I wanted to talk about today one of the most discouraging things I may have touched on in other videos, but what an experience that can be really disheartening if you are trying to bring about change. And I mean, like, profound change in your life, and you might be feeling like, okay, I'm trying to get what's the best light. You might be feeling as if nothing is happening. And that can just be really disheartening, especially if you really are doing, a lot of work to bring about change, and a lot of deep work, not just superficial stuff. And so what I have found is, I'm just coming to a realization that it's almost, the best analogy is, it's like trying to turn a really large ship, like an ocean liner or something, or yeah, I think that's the best analogy, meaning that it has a certain momentum, or to turn, or to stop a train, for example, right? There's a certain amount of momentum that even if you cut the fuel in a certain of a train, it's still got so much power behind it. And in the same way, our habits, or samskaras they're called in yogic literature, like our patterned habits, they have a power behind them simply because they're habits, right? So once you form a habit, you know how hard it can be to change that. So what I'm saying is, say you're trying to really work with your money mindset, and you're trying to really change the amount you earn, and thinking about, especially if you're self-employed, so you really have that capacity to work on that. Not that you couldn't if you were also employed. Of course, you can get a raise, you can change jobs. So same idea, but it tends to be a little easier to see if you're self-employed. And so it's about the idea of you feeling like a little stagnant, or perhaps you even feel or see that things stop. Okay, now that is fascinating, because it's like you literally might be doing some particular manifestation with money, and then you just feel like everything stops. In fact, things may even seem to get worse. Okay, and I think that that's where a lot of people are like, oh, law of attraction doesn't work. And it's not that it doesn't work, but what happens is when we see that point where things literally seem to stop. Okay, so orders may stop coming in, client calls may stop coming in. It's really common to panic about it and then drop back into your old fear paradigm, okay? And again, the brain really wants to do that. Our brain likes to go back to what we know. That's why change is so difficult. You're basically fighting, one part of your brain is fighting with another part. So think back to times where you've tried to make a big change, and sometimes it will seem like it's actually gotten worse. So let's use the money thing. Things will literally seem like they're slowing down when you've really been putting in a lot of like the yang, the actual work, laboring, promoting your work and so on, and you feel a slowdown. It's definitely happening. As I said, if we then go back to panic, and we'll start to do behaviors we did previously, we'll actually lose the manifestation. What is happening is, and this is the main message I wanted to get to you guys, what's happening is, it's like your vibration is changing. I know that sounds really esoteric, but your vibration is almost, think of the way you feel around certain people. I'm sure there's certain people that you feel great around, you feel calm around them. And there are other people, even without speaking to them, you feel stressed, you feel tense, you don't feel as relaxed, right? We're all emanating a vibration. So what's happening is your vibration is shifting so that you can become the person who, in this case, earns a certain amount of money, okay? And all of creation is connected. So other people are sensing that. It's literally like an invisible channel. It's like a radio channel. It's sending out waves, right? Or like your cell phone, it's sending out transmissions. So when you feel you're at like the very, very bottom and things seem like, oh my God, things have actually gotten worse, if you can hold the course, keep doing your affirmations, keep working with your mindset, your belief, your emotions, whatever you need to do, put up pictures, positive images of what it is you're trying to manifest, write a success list of other times that you've brought things into being. Okay, the main point is don't give up at that point. You've got to really hold the course. It's just like hold steady, hold steady. I know you've seen in movies, this just came to me, in movies where maybe it's like old battles where the guns weren't very good, and so people had to be very close, right? And I think even in some movies with knights and so on, and the commander says hold, right? And he's like hold, don't shoot, don't fire, because it's like you have to wait. It's that point, and it feels almost scary, and it's like right there, then like fire, shoot, or charge, right? And it's the same thing. You just have to wait, don't become frightened, and keep moving towards what it is you're wanting to manifest, okay? Very often it's that your vibration is shifting, and so literally everything's out of whack. People around you on a subtle level are sensing that change, and maybe they don't vibrate with this new vibration. Does that make sense? Friends, depending on what you're manifesting, friends may fall away. Things will fall away because it doesn't match the manifestation you're trying to do. Okay, so it requires a great deal of trust and to just keep going, keep going. Another good analogy is like if you're trying to get to the top of a mountain and you're exhausted and you're really just about to give up, it could be extremely close to the top of the mountain. You don't know. It could be very, very, very close, and if you give up, you're not going to reach that point, that peak point. Anyway, so in the woods, some other folks are here too, of course. That's pretty tranquil. Hope that helps. Like I said, I've seen that in the past, and a particular manifestation, I'm seeing that now, and Spirit led me to just put that out there, that it's like that darkest hour. Just keep having faith and keep doing the steps, the positive steps that you've sort of planned out. Now, always be open to shifting, but don't give up, okay? So here's to your manifestation and the deep work that requires, and to your shift in vibration. Namaste. Bye-bye.